So in a minute, I'm going to share my screen and we'll let the pre-recorded do the demonstration, and then we can come back on and answer any questions. But Miss Kathy, you have anything you want to say?
I just want to say hello. I appreciate everybody joining in today. I think the video is very self-explanatory, but if not, we'll do the question and answer at the end. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
In just a second, and we should. Okay, do y'all see the screen?
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you all. I know it's been a long time. I hope everybody's doing great through all this hardship and this COVID stuff, and that everyone's well and dandy. Today, I'm going to teach you how to felt an easy little Christmas decoration that will be lots of fun. It's going to be a little snowman, and felting just takes a needle and it takes a little thick sponge cushion is what I like to use. They do have some that are called felting pillows, but these are cheaper and just as easy to use. I cut mine out using a Sizzix. It was one of these little fellers, and I know you can't see it. It's hard to see it. Get it like that. Anyway, I cut out my snowman with that using the Big Shot. Some of you may know what that is. Now, if you say, oh, great, I'm in trouble, I don't have any of this, it's okay. If you've got white felt, a pair of scissors, you can cut circles, a big, small, and a medium. And then you can take and cut those out for your snowman. Use brown felt to cut your little arms the way you want them, or black, it doesn't matter. Or use black to cut his hat. Because on this here, it cut out everything. So then I had to go back and cut out the arms again and the hat. And then I just cut a piece out for the scarf that I wanted. And I was doing a little ribbon on his hat up here. That's how my Sizzix cut them out. And if you think you would like to have one of these instead of cutting one out, if you don't have a Sizzix, if you will just email me or send me a self-stamped envelope with maybe $1 in it, and I'll buy all the supplies, and I will make you a couple of them and mail them back to you so that you can have them. Either way will work. But felt, I've just bought felt. So I bought white to make my snowman, black for his hat, brown and orange. Just one square goes a long way. You can make about 3 or 4 snowmen and lots of hats and things. But I had different colors that I bought that you can use for backgrounds or for scarves, or green for the trees. But also you can buy, but don't go buy anything that you don't. I bet you got stuff around the house that will felt. This is called Feltworks. And you can buy these. I think they're $2 or $3. Maybe it's been a long time since I bought these, in several different colors for the eyes to make them green, blue, whatever you want. But that I took a block of felt that you get at the store for about 28 cents, I think, under 30 cents. But I folded it and I cut it in half. And then once I cut it in half, I folded it and I cut it in half again. So you get 4 squares. And I always save my scraps because that helped make the arms. And sometimes it was enough to make hats or whatever I want out of it. They come in handy. Once you get started, you're going to make this your own. You're going to enjoy making him so cute. And I want pictures on Facebook of these when you get done, because I know yours are going to be a lot better than mine. We're going to show how to needle felt itself. I've already cut out the snowman and the snowflake. I've laid them where I want them, and you need to go all the way around your snowman, and I just kind of do it in sections a little bit at a time till I get all the way around him. Then I go back around and I do it again. go up his arm. You can go right up the middle of his arm if you want to. But you want to make sure you tack it down good. That's what you're doing, is tacking your snowman. You don't have to worry about the nose. But when you get him all the way around and you've got him good several times, I did mine maybe 4 times just to make sure he was in there. And to remember that you only need the needle going in like this. It doesn't have to go all the way down like that. It's not doing you any good. If you can see those burrs on your needle, which is hard to see on TV, but if you've got one there with you, just run your finger down it and you can feel them. And those little burrs is what's fusing those together, okay? So then you want to do your little arms, match them up as good as you can. Again, don't worry about if it shows any white. Definitely keep those fingers out of the way. When you hit your finger, you're going to know it. So you might want to have Band-Aids too. One thing, my needle is a 36 gauge. That it's the most common. There are different shapes and sizes and stuff, but for what we're doing, 36 works the best, okay? So kind of get your arms going there. I'm not really gonna put all this together because I've got one together for you. Slow and easy wins the race. Okay, so we kind of got that tacked down. Then I put my hat down and I just go around the edges all the way around my hat there. I'll get my top up there. And I like a little white showing because it looks like he's outside and it's been snowing. But I go all the way around it like that. And then I take my scraps. Like I said, I save my scraps. And I make me an eye right in there. Take a little bit of orange and I make me a nose, and then I do about 1 or 2, probably at least 2 little chunks of coal, and then I come down with 3 buttons or 3 chunks of coal, however you want. And on mine, I just cut me a piece of green. I wanted a green scarf here, and then when I got it done, I kind of cut it so it looked like it's got the scarf there. And same way with my arms, it's okay to have the snow. Made me a little green piece that I've been working on for his hat there. See, wasn't quite where he should be, so I just poke it some more. I can't stress enough that you just want to go like this. If you want to see how you do it.
Okay, that got it.
Very good. See how you see it being fused together. You see the outlining everywhere. If it looks kind of really small and dense, go back and flip him over and do it some more. It's okay to peel it off. If you start working on this and it's not the way you like it, peel the whole thing off, start over again. It's not going to hurt a thing. But you can hold this in your hand because you're not going to go all the way through it. If you do, you're pushing too hard. But your motion, sewing motion, like a sewing machine goes up and down, up and down. You don't want to get like going like this doing it or like that. You'll break your needle for sure. Okay. It's just something simple and easy. These makes such a cute ornament. I want to show you one my daughter-in-law did. She didn't want the background, so she cut out 2 snowmen, and as she was doing it about halfway here, you can see how she's made him fat. She stuffed cotton. She kind of tore it apart and stuffed cotton in it till she got up here, and she put a little bit up here in his face. And she did all this real good, so it went all the way through. And this here was just around the edges, and then she kind of went through the center of the arms, and she did his nose. And there's so many wonderful ideas to do this with. But like I said, I just bought the felt squares. They work great, but you can use yarn, just about anything you want to make these little guys. Now, I had thought about cutting out around the edges when I got done and just having it and having the red background to hang him up. or framing this or gluing it on a card. You can do anything with it. Again, you can make the scarves. You can even put mittens on him, or you can make a little poinsettia or bells or something to put on his hat. Decorate this the way you want it. Felting is easy. I have made an owl using yarn, wool yarn. And I outlined it. I first outlined it the way I wanted my owl to look. And then I took different colors of yarn and did it. And then I did some of the felt works. I had a little bit there, and I did the yellow for his body, orange for his nose, but it was all mostly yarn. So, and this is one that I started years ago, made a couple of these. They're Santa Claus. I have the pattern if you want it, but I cut it and did it in different sections. And then this is just yarn that I'm poking in there. And he gets a nice long beard. So when I'm done, he'll look cute. And the beard is going down on this part of the beard. But I think I've hit on everything about beginners. Making sure that it is the felt squares that works out great, and you can cut them any shape you want. And the motion is the most important, and it just needs to go through the fabric and make sure you have a thick cushion to go through. I started out, believe it or not, I started out, you can see the I stuck myself so many times that I'm not doing that. Do you have any questions for me? I hope I didn't talk too fast.
Kathy, there is a question about, do you just go around the outline, or do you do the whole thing?
It's mainly just taking him and outlining first the whole snowman just around the edges. I don't know if you can see me well enough. Get a little bit closer here. Okay, so you just kind of do the outline, and even if you have it on the matte part, you can make him fatter if you want to by stuffing. She used cotton balls, kind of shredded him and put him in there. So you could even this way make him fatter if you wanted to as you go up. But you don't have to do the whole thing on this. It's just doing it around it. And on the arms, I kind of just went down the center. It's kind of hard to go one side and the other, but just whatever looks good and feels good to you. And the little nose, I just took a little kind of, not a square, but kind of oblong, and shaped it. Because your needle, you can take your needle and work that in there, and as you're poking, make it the way you want it to look. Any other questions?
That foam that you're using underneath, is that styrofoam or is that a pillow?
It's actually foam. It was actually a big piece of foam like you'd lay on your bed or something. And I did this several years ago, and I cut them, I guess about a 10 by 10 for the project that we were doing. It was perfect. But you could buy one of those foam squares that people use to make pillows, that they cover with fabric and stuff, you know. But it's about 4 inches thick, and you should never need any more than 4 inches to sit there and poke like that, because you only need that needle to go, there's my needle. You only need it to go in just enough so that it goes through the fabric. Once it's through that fabric, it's not going anywhere else, and it will stick. Do this. I'm trying to push it down so that you can see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of I'm just punching it so you can see that it sticks to the foam. And I thought, oh, I want to check it. So then I pull it off and I can see what I've done. I thought, oh, I need a little more on this side. Just turn it over and start doing it again. That way you can kind of keep an eye. Now my scarf here, I took a piece and then folded over, so if you can see how it looks like a scarf in the wind, like that. And I just snipped the ends to make it, I don't know if I can get any closer so you can see it.
That's good.
So
That's good.
Kathy, is all the materials felt?
Yes, yes, it's all felt, different. I bought squares of felt, and when I would cut things out, I just saved any scrap pieces that I had to use for the scarves, the hat, mittens. I didn't put mittens on mine, but you can just take a little piece and put it right on the end if you want him to have mittens. If you want him to have a sweater, cut it out to the shape you need it and just start poking it. You could, so many different ideas on there. If you'd rather him have a toboggan, then kind of cut off the hat part, you know, before you start and shape it like a toboggan. You can do so many, and then put the little pom-pom on top of it. There's just so many, many different ways. But I like to do Stampin' Up, and I had the Big Shot, and I just happened to have this little snowman, and I thought, I'm going to try this. He's just so cute. And I've started kind of, like I said, if I didn't like him, I could just start pulling it off like this if I thought I had to start over. I had him down, but so I can redo it again if I want to. Don't have to use red. I just use red background because it looked pretty. You could use any color that you want. If you wanted to scoot him over just a hair more and cut like a tree or make it bigger, you can do a whole, make it your size. I thought about putting kind of like a little Christmas tree going down here in green and with the brown trunk. I've even thought about putting where I put the green little band on his head, making some little yellow tiny balls and then little green leaves or red leaves so that it looked like poinsettias or flowers or something. If you want to put bells or embellishments on it, then you might have to glue it or find a way to maybe sew and tack it on. So, because it doesn't hurt to embellish it in any way that you want to. If you, instead of using felt here, you could buy the little bling beads if you wanted sparkle on him. I have a big snowflake, but you could put little tiny white dots all over the place so it looks like it's snowing. So, and again, it's just making it your own, just making it your own. I can't wait to see what you girls do with this. I think I'm going to frame mine. I'll probably embellish him just a little bit more, but I think it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Did y'all like, did I explain it well enough?
Kathy, can you show the Santa with the yarn beard again
I
and explain how the beard was done?
Okay, yes. I wish I had a finished one, but my daughter took it and I never did get this one finished. But I had it all out and then I cut the beard so that when I worked down it, it would just be done. And when I get all the way done, I will cut this off so that you don't have that. And then I'll just run with a needle, I'll run a string or a hook or something so I can hang it up. But this here was like 3 strands of yarn that was all roped together. And I just took them apart and I started punching them in up about the jawline right there and just started poking it. And as I do it, I'd flip it up and I would do some more. So when you got done, this would be really full. It'd be a nice thick beard. And I used blue on that Feltworks. I took a little piece of blue and punched it, and then I took a little piece of black yarn and put that in there so you could have the black of the eye. And this here is just white felt. The eyebrows and the mustache, I had cut them out. Let me see if I've got, can't get my chair out. I don't left my bag over there. Hang on 1 second. I left my bag over here.
This was the pattern that I technically took and I cut it apart. And so if you want to go online and look for images of Santa's face or just images of Santa, you might want the whole body. But I kind of cut it apart, his hat, the white band, his little face right there, his mustache, and then I cut the beard. And I kind of started with the hat and put his first part hat up to the nose. And then I did the mustache and just added them one at a time. I guess you could actually kind of trace it on there and do the whole thing if you wanted to. But with something like this, you always need a base. And like when she did this one, her base was just another one. Because if you just try to lay down your snowman or whatever you're doing, if you try to, I'm gonna pull this all the way off. If I laid him like this and nothing under it, it wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't be building anything. I mean, you could add the arms and the hat and that kind of stuff, but it'd be really thin. So that's why I put him on the red. See how he's fused on there? You can see that. And when you're done, if you wanted to put another piece of red on the back and then just use it together around the edges, then it would be solid red on the back. You wouldn't have anything in the middle. So it'd be kind of like using those two together. So it looked like that on one side and that on the other.
Kathy,
there's a
are there
lot of-
specific patterns? Are there specific patterns for felting online? Or do
I
you
was
just
getting-
Google
yeah,
like clip art?
I was getting ready to say that there is, all I put on there was beginner felting and a lot of things showed up. And so, but I did the snowman just because I had him and it worked out. So you can kind of come up with your own ideas. And there's a lot of tips and things out there of how to use the needles and things like that. Oh, I got needle down. Oh, did I? Okay. Oh, okay. Yep, I did.
Do you ever make any of the little felt animals?
I have not. I haven't gotten that far. I'm still a beginner myself, but a couple years ago, I did, I cut out the poinsettia leaves and then I laid them all together over each other like that. And in the center, and I poked them all together onto a little square or circle. So it'd have a little backing on it. And then I took the little yellow pom-pom balls and I kind of punched them in. I even put a little glue to be sure they would stick. And then I glued one of those little pins so that it was a pin for all my FCE ladies to wear. But I laid it, and when we had our party, I laid it at each setting. So it just made a pretty little setting piece for their party. And then they had a pin to take home to wear, and that turned out really cute. I didn't bring it with me. I totally forgot about it until just now, but I think it was at Hobby Lobby is where I found it. And Hobby Lobby, I think Michael's and maybe Joann's has a lot of felting things. And I know for sure Hobby Lobby does. And they have all these packages. Just see one of those felt work things. All the colors for the felt works. Yeah. These kind of things. And they even have kits. I know Hobby Lobby had kits that you can buy with different things that you can felt. And they even have books with instructions and things like that. So for beginners and even people who's been doing it for a long time. I kind of just do this off and on. And so when she asked me, what do you want to do? And I thought, oh, I kind of need to get my felting out a little bit. I hadn't done that in a while. So he makes a cute little guy, makes a cute little Christmas ornament. Any other questions?
Kathy, is there any way to clean the felted items if they get dirty?
Now that's $1 million question. I don't think I would throw them in the laundry. I've never had to do that. So I would probably have to look that up. Just go online and say, is there a way to clean needle felting projects? Because I've honestly never done that. I usually, when I'm done with them at the end of the year, stick them in a little plastic bag, or usually one of my girls say, okay, I want that. So then I no longer have it and I don't have to worry about cleaning it. But I've enjoyed it, and I've done a little class with some of my FCE ladies and they enjoyed it. You know, we used to have our creative day in October. Well, we haven't even had but one meeting since March. And so in October, our president said, let's get together, just our FCE ladies, if they feel comfortable enough. So we got together in my basement and we did about 4 different little crafts that day. And this was one of them. And they enjoyed it. So, what'd you think about it? Did it look easy enough? Good, good. Yeah, good. And again, I want to see some of these on Facebook, okay? Because I think y'all are going to get creative. They're going to be beautiful, and you're going to outshine me. I know you will. You'll say, "Ooh, the light just came on. I can add this. I can add that." That's what I always liked about when I was working with 4-Hers. I would show them a place to start, and man, their little minds just went wild, and they would really come up with some great ideas whenever we would do a project, whether it was sewing or felting or basket weaving or anything. They always outdid me, and which is great. That's what teachers want to see, everybody else's minds getting busy and working. But I truly miss you all so much. And I said, you know, it's more fun in person, so we can really, really talk, than it is to just be watching on a screen.
The pictures would be good to post to the Central Region TAFCE Facebook page. So
Okay.
if you do get those done, post them to that page and put that you took it at the virtual retreat.
Okay. Yeah. That would
Aneta, oh, sorry. Aneta, thanks. This is so fun. Can you tell me, just so in case we might want to make them, because our club is planning on meeting in December, how long it might really take in actual time to make one of those snowmen?
actually, it doesn't take any time. It depends on the person and how much they want to put on it. But if you have the snowman cut out, like I did for my ladies, instead of making everybody cut out their own, I had kits made up for them, and all they had to do was start felting.
How long did it take them?
I would say 20 minutes, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I gave them the foam, I gave them the whole kit, and they started felting. And 2 people broke needles, so that's what I said. It's good to have extra. It's good to have extra.
Yeah.
And I think you can buy them like 5 in a pack if you get them at Hobby Lobby or somewhere. But a friend of mine ordered me some and got me 50 in a bundle a couple years ago, and I don't know. It might have been $30, $40 for 50. So, but it was nice to have that many when I was doing it a lot.
Mhm.
But I really haven't got to do it as much as I usually do now that I'm back to work again.
Thank you.
But I know if you do something else, please post it and let me see, share your ideas. Because the snowmen were fun, the Santa was fun, the poinsettias were really cute. But I know once you start looking online and say needle felting ideas for beginners or something, that you'll come up with so many cute ideas.
Mhm.
It's just a lot out there, a lot.
I also think you could probably use your Cricut.
Mm.
If any of you all have a Cricut, if it cuts felt or you have a, a setting for that, you could cut them on a
Yeah,
Cricut as well
yeah.
as the Big Shot. or
I don't
other
have a
cutting
Cricut, so I didn't think
systems.
about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a Cricut and it'll cut felt, and especially like the one Aneta has, she cut me out some fairies one last summer when we were doing those fairy jars. And so cut out your design, it's already there, then just start felting. And like I said, you can buy those squares for about 25 to 30 cents a piece, and you can get at least 3 to 4 kits out of one and still have scrap pieces. I don't know if I left my bag out with the scrap pieces in it. No, that's the same one. I don't know. Too much stuff and little space. You know how that is. But it is a quick and easy thing. If I ever get the urge to start doing it, I was looking online, and even for beginners, they have it where you can learn how to make the balls and then turn it in to look like an animal. And that does take some time. They said you almost get discouraged sitting there poking it to get it to start forming the shape that you want it to. But once you get it going, then it's pretty easy. But no, I hadn't. I often wondered, and I might try this sometime, if any of you use those wool balls that you throw in the laundry. They're just wool balls. I wonder if you could add to them and make something. Cute. But I bought at a craft show one time, I bought I should have brought it. It was about this big around. It was just felt, and it was a nativity scene on it. So if you want to cut out your pieces and then needle felt, and I've seen people do pictures, big pictures. They know what they want. It could be a farm, it could be a sunrise, so there's so many things that you can do with needle felting as a beginner, and it's just learning how to detail and make it more in depth, I think is the word I want to use. Are y'all needle felting?
This is such a fun technique, Kathy. It's really fun, and this is a great beginner project for people to
But again,
use.
can't stress, use it thick, at least 4 inches thick. Otherwise, trust me, I have stabbed my finger a time or two, and it does not feel good.
They're
Yes,
barbed,
I
so
am.
they hurt
I'm
coming
working
out.
on it.
That's what I
like
was
it.
fixing to say. Can people turn their cameras on and hold up if they're working on
I'm
something?
loving it.
Can they
Yeah.
turn their cameras on? Or are they totally blocked out from doing that?
No, you can turn your camera on. Louise Armstrong is in my county, and I told her to go get her bunny because this is great, a great starting project, but Louise did a 3D bunny. She
Ooh.
started with the flat and then worked to
Yeah.
a 3D, so she's going to get that.
I
We
think,
can't,
hold
they
Yeah.
also have these
Oh.
kits at Michael's. They had the llamas and the owls and just a variety.
Oh
my
gosh.
goodness, look at
Look at
that.
that.
So there's Louise's bunny. So,
Look at
you can start with the flat felting and then you can get into the 3D, which is really, really exciting. There's so many things you can do with it. Thank you for sharing,
Beautiful.
Kathy.
Yeah, I've not
Bunny,
anything like that.
and there's a sheep.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
And another sheep.
Oh my.
Hey,
And Giles County is showing is it a Grinch there, snowman?
Man, that was green. Barbara Dickinson did that while Kathy was talking. So we just wanted to show that she was wanting to see, at least we were creative with a different color, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. See how creative. I love this. I love it.
Miss Nancy's holding up, hold
Oh.
that up again, Miss Nancy
Oh, look at
has a
that.
felted animal that she finished. Isn't that adorable?
It is. See, girls, we've got to get back together. This is too cute. Everybody is just so creative and I love it. I love it. Mary Sue Young, how are you doing? I don't have your
She's
volume.
muted. You're muted, Miss Mary Sue. So we may not have, we should have probably told you all, in the bottom left is a little microphone, and if you tap on it, it'll unmute you. And the same with the video camera. If you tap the video, it'll show your video if some of you want to show other things. All right, Miss Mary Sue.
Do you have volume now?
I have volume now. Can you all see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, hold him up just a little higher. There we go. Look at that. I love it.
I've had trouble getting him to stay on, and I had this thing that's got multi-needles in it, and I finally just took one out and using a single needle, and he's staying better.
Good. Good. I've never seen anything like that. I've just, like I said, I've just used that.
Yeah.
But, and again, I said, I'm still a beginner and I'm still learning. So
when I went to Hobby Lobby to get my supplies, I could not find the single needles. All I found was this multi thing, and the it comes down and it's got, well, I've taken some of them out, so it's got 4 or 5 needles.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be fun. I've broken 2 of them since I started. They're thin.
They usually come in a pack like this. I don't know if you can.
Okay, I didn't see anything like that.
Mary Sue,
Yes.
you can get them on Amazon. And when you make these 3-dimensional things, like this one, this big rabbit, and the other things, you need that one with a bunch of needles in it.
Well, I've never done this before, so I just got, I don't order online, Louise.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the Amazon queen, so.
Nancy said in the chat, she said, I bought a felting kit on Amazon. It was a woodchuck and it was very inexpensive for a small kit. So.
Now, I have gone around the outside of mine. Do I need to do all the way through the middle? And
No, it's
no.
You just go outline him like this, and down the middle of his arms.
Yeah.
But all this, you don't have to do it. Like I did the buttons or the chunk of coals, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of tack that down. And his scarf, I just did it right here so that so his scarf could be 3-dimensional looking.
Right.
See it? See how it lifts up if I wanted it to, like it's blowing the wind. But no, you don't have to do every inch of it. No, just around the edges of everything that you've done. Now his nose, I would make sure you got it down packed good because it's so little, you know.
Right.
I just tacked it mainly down the middle. Or looky there.
Oh, there's another one.
I love Giles County there. That is so cute. So cute.
Hey, ladies.
Oh,
this is
look at him.
Lisa from Giles County. This is my snowman.
I love it.
Cute.
Thank you.
So I have a question to ask. How do, when Louise was showing her 3-dimensionals, they look fuzzy. How does that happen? Because mine don't look fuzzy.
Louise, you want to answer that? Oh, you're,
Yours is felt,
Uh-huh.
and these are roving. It's
Yeah, and you've used a
actually
yarn.
the wool. It's
okay, so
actually the wool.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And this one, I thought he was cute. I've forgotten what kind of sheep he is, but we ordered these little curly things because he had this certain kind of sheep has these little curly things.
That's very cute.
They're fun to do. But I had a teacher that was great, and she had a book, and it was on animals. Well, she had several books, but we got these out of her book.
and they may even have books at the library on felting. You know, if you wanted to do, just check one out and see what it looked like before you would purchase one.
Right.
I got a whole felting kit on Amazon for like under $11. It's got everything you need except the felt.
Yeah. I mean, there's all different kinds of felt. There's all time and wool itself. If you noticed the felting works that I had, it's just that all it is strand. Let me have one. I'll open one. Doesn't matter what color. Do that in there. And yeah. If I can't get one of these open.
While she's getting that open, if you're going to order books online, make sure that it's needle felting
Yes.
instead of, you know, like knitted items that you throw in the washer and stuff. There's different kinds of felting.
Yeah. And there's different types of wool too. So see how this one here, this is wool. This is just wool out of the felt works that I had bought. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. But it's, you just pull the strands how you want and use what you want and cut off. And this is just different shades. They have
Hold it
dyed
a little higher.
Oh,
There you
sorry.
go.
They've dyed it blue. Yeah, they've dyed it blue. And so it's just wool where they've shaved it off the sheep. But they dye them different colors. And so whenever you're looking at a project, you might want to look to see what it calls for. My needle, everything I did on my snowman were just the felt squares that you can get at Walmart. No, that's not gonna go back in. Yeah. So it depends on your project as what kind of felt you're going to need. And you can needle felt with wool yarn. I've used different little projects that I did it just with yarn, but I did it maybe on a felt square. Here's my owl again. I had a little yellow square, and then I took a black yarn wool and I poked him out just the way I wanted him to be. And then I took a variegated yarn and I poked it to be his wings and part of his body, but his breast, I did it in yellow with the felt works. I did the yellow, same with his eyes that I did that. Can you see him very good? And that's how I did him. And I was just like playing and experimenting. This is one of the first things that I did do several years ago, and I did keep him. But it's just kind of playing with things that shapes and sizes and things that you like. And like I said, go online there and look and see what patterns they have. And they even have, what are those videos called? YouTube video. See, I don't watch them too much. So that's why I can't remember what it was called. A YouTube video. They probably have all kinds of those things and things like that. Don't get on the computer a whole lot. But like I said, I was looking for some things. And if you're like me, Mary Sue said she didn't order online. I don't either. My girls do it for me. I tell them what I need and they get online. Because I told them, they said, oh, Mom, you can't mess it up. I proved them that you can.
Here is the pattern that we used to make this big rabbit that's standing up. And you just take this roving and then you shape each one of these. And then you just keep working with it, and that whole rabbit is needled. You put the needle, in the whole thing, and then you have to make the arms and the legs and head and the ears, and you make them by starting out with, maybe this much. And then you just add to it.
Like that, it takes a lot longer, doesn't it?
Yes, it sure does. And I'm slow, so it takes a long time.
Yeah. And isn't that where you use that needle thing like Mary Sue had?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it goes.
Sure do. Where are my needles?
Mine's not gonna last long. I keep breaking them.
Go up and down. Make sure you're going up and down with it.
I'm trying.
Yeah, because if you're going to slide us or anything, yeah, they can break. Trust me, I love him. He is so cute.
I guess he needs a mouth, but I'll do that later.
Yeah, he's looking good though. He's coming together.
He still needs some more punching.
Yeah. He's cute.
Let's do a thing for the recording where everybody holds up their snowman. So anybody that's working on a snowman, hold it up right now and we can have them all together.
Get Giles County back on there.
Where's Giles? Giles, are you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Give us a second. We're here.
Okay.
There we go.
Got him.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Looking good. Girl.
What I like about it is everybody's is so different.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I said. I want you to make it your own. That's what I always love when people said, oh,
Yeah.
there's more to start. Now I'm going to make it the way I like it.
Whitney,
Yes.
can I come by the office and eat some tenderloin?
I've got about a half a piece left after all my staff got at it.
It looks so good.
It did.
Thank you. It is a good recipe. It's different and it's really good.
Well, I always enjoy your cooking classes. And I've enjoyed this too, Kathy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, this has
I've
been
enjoyed
great.
spending some time with you ladies. Like I said, it's been lonesome.
It has been. We're not getting out much, so
I go to work and I'll come here and see Aneta and I go home. That's about it.
now I have to go to the store. We like to eat, so I go to the grocery store. As soon as I get off of here. But I do miss seeing everybody. It's been a crazy year.
Yeah.
But everybody stay safe.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah. There's so winter coming on now. We've got to worry about the flu with the COVID, you
Right.
Mhm.
know.
Well, I've had my flu shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too.
But
Okay.
Well, and maybe wearing the mask will help even with the flu.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
my
I've
daughter.
made a bunch of them.
And she said, Mama, I want you to come to her son's homecoming for basketball. And he's
Mhm.
the king. And she said, but you have to wear a mask. I said, honey, I wear a mask everywhere I go.
Me too.
I've made about 300 of them, and my daughter called the other day and said, would you make me some more with Christmas design? So I'm making more.
Yeah.
She teaches school.
Yeah, I haven't sewn any in the last, well, probably since the end of July. I went back to work and I haven't had time to sew any. And my sister was telling me the other day, she said, I need more.
Yeah.
Got to find time to sit down there and do it.
Well, it's a worthwhile cause if people will just wear them.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I love everything you girls do, and I appreciate you joining me today. And you saw my email. Email me, text me, whatever you want to do. A lot of you do have my phone number. Always feel free to call or text me.
Thank you.
I love hearing from you, and I love the things that you share with me. I love it.
I'll see you on Facebook.
Oh, good. Yeah, a lot of you are my friends on Facebook. If not, join me. I stay busy, don't I, Mary Sue?
You do.
The things that I do.
So Whitney, I think they rejoin the main room when we're finished. Is that right?
Yes, they will send us to the main room. So thank you so much, Kathy, for teaching this session. We appreciate it. Lots of good information. And we've got lots of good snowmen started already. So thank you very much. So I'm going to stop recording, and then you can hang out here, and then you'll be automatically redirected to the main session again.
Okay.
Okay.